Hello, friends, and welcome to Sleep Tight Stories. Every week, we love celebrating our supporters with special shoutouts and birthday messages. It's a fun way for us to connect with all of you and learn about the amazing places you call home. Happy belated 5th birthday to James from Oslo, Norway on November 22nd. Mommy, Daddy, and little brother Charlie love you so much and are incredibly proud of the funny, kind, and smart boy you are. Happy 9th birthday to Freddie and Watson in Roseville, Minnesota. Mom and Dad love you so much and can't wait to see what year 9 brings your way. Happy 5th birthday to Delphine Ivy Moon. We love you like the whale loves the ocean. Love Mommy, Daddy, Evane, Milo, and Rosebud. Happy 9th birthday to Avery Sutherland. Love Mommy and Luna. Happy 8th birthday to sweet Eli from Kentucky. Your mommy loves you more than anything and enjoys cuddling with you while listening to stories each night. To our sweet and creative Cora, we hope you have the most amazing birthday. We love you so very much. Love Mommy, Daddy, Raylyn, and Ebony. Happy birthday to Felix from Rupert, Idaho. Mama, Papa, Gabe, and all the dogs, cats, and chickens love you forever. Happy birthday to our little girl, Isla, who is turning 7 on December 10th. Mom and Dad love you very much. Happy 7th birthday to Augie in Northfield, Minnesota on December 10th. Your mom, dad, and Luca all love your kindness and sense of humor. Happy 9th birthday to Grace on December 12th from Mom, Dad, Robbie, and Brad. They love you very much. Happy 7th birthday to Xavier from Edmonton, Alberta on December 12th. From Mom and Dad. Xavier loves bugs and enjoys learning about many things, and also loves hearing stories about Margarita. And happy birthday to Jack Johnson on December 13th. Love Mom and Addie. I love you, my sweet boy. Watching you grow fills my heart with pride. Happy birthday to you all, and thank you for supporting the show. If you'd like to support our podcast and enjoy ad-free episodes, unlock bonus stories, and so much more, you can join Sleep Tight Premium. Subscribe in just 2 taps via the link in the show notes. Now, on to our story. Bernice is feeling a bit anxious about singing at the holiday show, especially since Bobby said what he did. She talks to Papa Bear about it as they have their snacks, and Papa Bear makes her feel much better. Bernice thinks she cannot sing well. You look super cold, Ethan. Do you want my scarf or something? I can't give you my jacket because then I might turn into an icicle, but I can definitely share my scarf, Bernice said as they walked slowly down the street from the bus stop. Ethan's teeth chattered as he replied, "It's okay, Bernice. I left my sweater at school, and I can't find my scarf or my hat. It's like there's a goblin at school that sneaks around and hides everyone's winter stuff. Even Gertrude lost her hat." Bernice giggled, her breath puffing like little clouds in the frosty air. Maybe the goblin is Bobby. I saw him wearing 2 hats when he got on the bus, and he was jumping up and down like he was on a pogo stick. But really, you can take my scarf. My house is just up there, and you've got farther to go. Bernice pulled her scarf off and held it out to Ethan, but he shook his head, his breath puffing in the icy air. Ethan stamped his feet to keep warm and said, It's okay. It's just so super cold right now. Tomorrow's supposed to bring a ton of snow, though, which will be fun. Maybe we can all go sledding if school gets canceled." "Wouldn't that be the best?" Bernice replied with excitement. "We'd get a day off because of a snowstorm, and then we'd get to play outside instead of practicing for the holiday show." "You don't like the holiday show?" Ethan asked, surprised. "I think it's way more fun than math class, or maybe even English." "No way," Bernice said, shaking her head. "I get really nervous when I have to sing. They always put those bright lights on, and you can feel everyone staring at you. Plus, I sound like a frog when I sing. I'd take math class, science, or especially art any day instead." "I don't think you sound like a frog," Ethan said with a laugh. "Maybe more like a crow or something." "Hey," Bernice said, pretending to be upset, though she couldn't stop a smile from creeping onto her face. "Anyway, Ethan, maybe I'll see you tomorrow, either at school or at the park playing in the snow." As Ethan kept walking toward his grandma's house, pulling his coat tighter around him, he called back, "You're probably better than you think, Bernice. Besides, it's just for fun." Bernice waved at him, the snow crunching under her boots as she turned toward her house. Bernice quickly opened and closed the front door of her small house, careful not to let too much warm air escape. If she left it open too long, Cookie, her cat, would dart over, only to run away and hide under a blanket until she warmed up again. And Bernice didn't like coming home from school without talking to Cookie first. "Papa, Cookie, I'm home. I think my nose is frozen solid, and maybe my toes too. I can't be sure because I can't feel them," Bernice called as she stomped her boots on the mat. "You know where I am, little bear," Papa Bear's impossibly deep voice boomed from the kitchen. "I'm making some yummy hot chocolate and other treats to help warm you up." "I can smell it, Papa. Our house smells like a chocolate factory." Papa Bear's chuckle rumbled through the kitchen as Bernice plopped down on the floor by the closet to take off her boots. She didn't need to sit down. They weren't as tricky as her sneakers, but it had become a tradition, and traditions were important. Just as she tugged off her second boot, Cookie came bounding around the corner, purring a warm hello. "Hi, Cookie. Did you miss me today? Don't worry, I didn't let much cold air in, and I'm not covered in snow. That's coming tomorrow, I think, so you can come over for some pets." Cookie padded over and gave Bernice a head bump, her tail curling in approval. "Pretty soon it'll be the holidays, but it already feels like school's on holiday. I mean, I like school, Cookie. The decorations are fun and all, but I miss the normal schedule. I'd rather have science and math, practice my art, and maybe keep up my running skills. Though, I don't know if I can be a runner and a hockey player and a swimmer. Maybe I'll have to choose someday." Cookie blinked up at her, as if encouraging her to continue. "Anyway, everything at school is different now. And you know what the worst part is? I have to sing." Bernice sighed dramatically, her breath puffing out like she was still outside. Cookie tilted her head, giving Bernice a look that seemed to say, "Go on." "We've sung together before, right? I mean, I sound okay in the bathtub, but up on stage, it's all out of tune and just not very pretty. And Bobby, he teases me about it. He said I sounded like a goat and a frog. That's not very nice, even if he was just joking. Cookie rolled onto her back, paws in the air, signaling it was time for a belly rub. "You're the world's best listener, Cookie," Bernice said, scratching Cookie's belly. "If my teachers are going to force me to sing in the show, I guess I should practice, right? Gertrude says she sings all the time now because it's the season for singing. Personally, I think it's the season for more treats." She laughed, and as if agreeing, her tummy let out a loud growl. "Well, I guess that's my cue. Time to warm up in the kitchen with some yummy hot treats. Maybe we can practice singing later, okay?" Cookie didn't look too convinced that that was a good idea. After hanging up her coat and putting away her boots, Bernice ran into the kitchen. "I have a growling tummy emergency, Papa. I better have some treats before it's too late." "Haha, go wash your hands and we can have some Brussels sprouts and parsnips then," Papa Bear said with a playful grin. "Papa, those aren't treats. They might taste okay, at least they're not slimy eggplant, but they're definitely not treats," Bernice said as she dried her hands at the sink. Okay, Papa Bear said, smiling. "How about some hot chocolate with whipped cream and a few Scotch cookies with stars on top? Will that be okay?" "That will be more than okay, Papa. It will be super okay," Bernice said, her eyes lighting up as she spotted the cookies on the table. "You even made some shaped like Christmas trees. And, what's this one supposed to be?" She held up a cookie, looking a bit confused. Papa chuckled. "Those cookies are supposed to look like tree decorations that I made for our friends, little bear. I'm dropping off all kinds of treats each week at the kitchen downtown. They help people who don't always get treats during the holidays." Bernice sat down at the table and blew gently on her hot chocolate, careful not to send the whipped cream flying. Taking a tiny sip because it might be hot, she smiled. "I'm sure they will love your cookies, Papa. They always make me and everyone I know in the whole wide world smile." "I hope so, little bear," Papa Bear said, sitting down across from her with a cup of tea and a plate of cookies to share. "Now, tell me all about your day." "It was good, I guess," Bernice said, swirling her hot chocolate with a spoon. "But when can we go back to having normal classes? We spend so much time preparing for the holidays, putting up lights, singing songs and stuff. I kind of miss the old routine, you know? I liked it when we had math tests and studied science, and Bobby and I could do experiments. I like creating stuff, especially painting, because I'm going to be a great artist one day. But all the holiday stuff feels like too much." "The holiday season is lots of fun. You get to decorate and make everything look so festive," Papa Bear said thoughtfully, "but I understand. Sometimes it can be overwhelming. Try to enjoy it, and I'm sure if you have questions about science or want to study more math, your teachers would be happy to help." "Yeah, I guess," Bernice sighed, stirring her drink again. "I'm mostly upset about the show. You and Mama don't have to come, you know. It's not like a requirement or anything. We all have to sing carols, and some of the kids are really good singers, like Gertrude. Even Bobby isn't bad when he tries. But I don't have a nice voice, Papa, and I get kind of embarrassed. I thought I wasn't nervous in front of people anymore, but even when I stand next to Bobby and Gertrude, I still get all jiggly." Papa Bear leaned forward. "Getting up in front of people can be a bit scary, little bear. Even your mama gets nervous when she has to speak in front of people, and she's an expert. But No one expects you to be perfect or a professional singer. Shows like these are about sharing joy, having fun with your friends, and maybe learning something new. Everyone starts as a beginner. But Bobby said I sound like a frog or something, Bernice mumbled. Papa Bear chuckled. Bobby's teasing you, and you know he's your good friend. I don't think he is trying to be mean or hurt your feelings. Papa Bear took a sip of his tea before continuing. You know, I used to sing in a choir for fun. I might have been the worst singer in the whole group, but no one minded because I loved it. Singing made me happy. We are allowed to do things just for the fun of it. Is that why you sometimes sing in the shower, Papa? Bernice asked, a tiny smile forming. Ha. Well, I do sound my best in the shower, Papa said with a laugh. Sometimes, Mama says you pretend to be an opera singer. I think she's teasing you, Papa. She might be, Papa Bear said. All you can do, little bear, is be yourself. Try your best, have fun, and know that everyone is supporting you. And honestly, I think you're just being hard on yourself. I've heard you sing before and thought you sounded great. Thanks, Papa, Bernice said softly, her shoulders relaxing. I guess I'm just feeling nervous. Papa, I haven't gotten Bobby a present yet, and he said he got me something really, really special. I haven't even started thinking about it, and I think really special gifts might also be really expensive. I'd like to get something for my other friends, too. We can go shopping this weekend if you like, but remember what we talked about before. It's the thought that counts more than the gift itself. You don't need to buy something expensive to make it special. In fact, I believe Bobby would treasure something you made for him far more. That kind of gift would be something he'd cherish for many, many years. Bernice nodded slowly. Maybe I can make him something with paints, like a robot. Bobby loves robots. Papa Bear smiled. I think that's a wonderful idea. For our family, he continued, the holiday season is about kindness and compassion, showing care for others, especially those who might need a little extra love this time of year. It's about the spirit of giving, not just presents, but giving our time, our attention, and our hearts. It's also about love and being together with family and friends, sharing stories, laughter, and memories. That's what makes it feel so special, no matter how cold it gets outside. Bernice tilted her head and grinned. And cookies, right, Papa? It's also about cookies. Papa Bear chuckled. Yes, cookies too. Good food is a big part of it, sharing it with others and enjoying it together. Food brings people together, whether it's a batch of Scotch cookies, a warm pie, or a big meal. It's a way of saying, I care about you. That sounds nice, Papa. I like all those things. Would you like to help me decorate some cookies? I would love to, Papa. After dinner, as Bernice crawled into bed and snuggled under her blanket, she called out, It's that time, Papa. What time is that, little bear? Papa Bear asked, peeking into her room. It's time for a yawning competition, she said with a giggle, before letting out a great big yawn. Papa Bear laughed and walked in, giving a dramatic yawn of his own. It looks like you, Cookie, Twigga, Wolfie, and Madeline are all ready to go to sleep. I guess I don't need to be here at all, he teased. Papa, you still owe me like 100 or maybe 1,000 stories, Bernice said, pulling Twigga closer. and you know I can't sleep without a Papa Bear hug." "We've been forgetting about Boo Boo and Kai Kai lately," Papa Bear said with a smile. "We'll have to start those stories again soon." "Very soon, Papa," Bernice said with another yawn, her eyelids drooping. "Did you do all the things you need to do before bed?" Papa asked. "Yes, Papa. I brushed my teeth super well." "Good. Then give me a big hug and a kiss, and I'll leave your stories playing." Bernice reached out for her hug. "Love you, Papa." "I love you too, little bear," he said, tucking her in and turning on her bedtime story. And that is the end of our story. Good night. Sleep tight.